Friday Workshop!
What are we doing this week?
This week we're going over 3 different types of drills.
We are going over 3 different types of DeWalt cordless drills. All right, we have 3 different types of drills, and we're gonna figure out which one is the best for the wood shop. This one right here is DCD 777. This one right here is DCD 761. And this one is DCD 999.
So, here we go.
Okay, so I think the thing of the drills are we're going from least powerful to most powerful, right? This is the DeWalt brushless. It's a 20 volt max, which is really 18 volt. This is a 20 volt max XR, and this one is a hammer drill. So what is the best for woodworking?
Well, let's see here. It's really about what project we're using. This one is over here is more meant for like heavy impact things that are going to be really hard to do. These ones I would say are the general ones that I would go and grab. I would say I'd usually go for this one.
Yeah, this one's going to be for your concrete, you know, for drilling through heavy things, steel, that sort of thing. Is it used for fine woodworking? It can be, but it's just overkill, and it's heavy too. So hold that one versus like hold this one right here.
Yeah, like it is so much heavier than this one. This one's much lighter.
So the difference between these two is pretty negligible. So if you hold both of those.
Yeah. This one seems like it's slightly heavier, but they're basically the same exact weight.
Yeah, so if we're talking about ergonomics and we're talking about weight, you know, and things that you're going to hold a lot, then these are about the same, the XR and just the regular cordless brushless. So weight, they're about the same. Cost, well, the XR is going to cost a little bit more, but really what you're paying for is the batteries, and you're going to have batteries on each one. Now, the batteries will add weight. So if you get a 2 on here, like a nice little compact 2, let me get a 2. I have a 2 on this thing. It's pretty light, pretty manageable. Then I take a 6 on this thing. Look at this battery. This is gonna last a lot longer, but my wrist already is kind of heading over. In fact, this one with the hammer drill, so the hammer drill with the 2 is actually lighter than the lightest drill that we have with the 6. So if you're trying to do lots of things, your battery's gonna be a huge factor in wrist over time. So if you have big old batteries, I would suggest getting small ones if you're doing a lot of light, fine woodworking and you're not doing it all day. You know, you can charge your battery, you're in your shop, you know, it's not a big deal. You don't need 12 hours worth of battery. I would suggest getting a smaller battery. It'll save your wrist. It's crazy that these are about the same weight with these batteries on. Let's talk about some features.
So first what we're going to talk about is the different speeds. This one just has 2 speeds, 1 and 2. This one has 3 different speeds for the hammer and drill. And this one also has 2 speeds.
Yeah. So the hammer drill has, I mean, it's obviously huge. It goes to a ton more RPMs. This thing is 2250 RPMs, which is just crazy. The X, or this is just the regular one, this one goes to 1750 RPMs, and I think the XR goes to 2000. Yeah, it does go to 2000. So, this one has just a few more RPMs than this one if you're looking for a little bit more power. What's another feature?
Another feature about this is, if you see here, you can rotate it a little bit, which means that you can change the size of your bit really easily. So you don't have to have the same exact one for all of them.
Yeah, the cool part is they all have keyless chucks, right? Now, the XR and the hammer drill have a metal keyless chuck, and the brushless just has a plastic keyless chuck here. It feels well made, it feels light, it feels responsive, but it definitely is a plastic keyless chuck. I prefer a metal keyless chuck, but really it doesn't make a huge difference. It just, for me, it feels more solid. So I do like the XR on the fact that it has a metal keyless chuck. They both have forward and reverse. If you get any sort of drill, I would go for forward and reverse for sure. The buttons are nice. None of these has a locking feature on the button. That is one thing I do like on a drill, is that there's a locking feature on the button, and none of these have a locking feature on the button. Now there are settings. This one goes from 1 to 15 with a drill setting, which means that there's no slip in the chuck at all.
This one also goes 1 to 15.
With a drill setting. This is all kind of plastic up here, black plastic, and this is obviously metal. It's just more solidly built, the XR is. Now another difference, let's say you're in the back of something or you're working in tight spaces or something like this. This regular drill, cordless drill, has no light at the base of it. Both the hammer drill and the XR have a light at the base of them, and then there's a setting for the light as well. So if you've ever worked with a drill with a light, it's really nice. Now I've seen a lot of drills that have them up higher where they're pointed at, you know, the actual product that you have. These ones are also pointed at it, but they're pointed at it from the base up at an angle. It lights up the bottom side of whatever you're screwing in. They work really well. I'm a fan of these lights, and I love a light on a drill. Now, if you're getting a drill, you should also get a driver. A lot of drills come in drill driver sets. I would suggest getting both. It's really nice. And sometimes it's nice to have two different drills. That way, if you have two different sizes of bits, you can just go from one drill to the other drill, and you don't have to change out the bits constantly. So we do like having multiple drills, for sure. But if we pick one, which one would you pick?
I would say I really like that one a lot.
All right, so Dom likes the cheap one. Why do you like the cheap one?
It's mostly I just like how it feels. It feels more easy to use, and it often feels pretty light to me.
Okay, so Dom likes the lightness of the drill. This is the DCD 777. He loves it. He finds it easy. I think it's easy for woodworking at all. Like, you don't need any of these powerful drills for woodworking. I mean, even in hardwoods, most of the stuff you do in a woodworking shop, you're not going through concrete or metal or all these other sorts of things. And these will go through metal. They're just not going to go through really, really thick, you know, like 1/2-inch steel. So I would say this is not a bad solution at all, for sure. It's a great little tool. I prefer the XR, and there's two main reasons that I prefer the XR, and that is the metal keyless chuck and the light. It goes a little bit more powerful, but I really don't need the power. This one has all the power that I need in woodworking. Its settings are 1 and 2. It can go lighter, yeah, I think this is a great little drill. So Dom's favorite, my favorite. This one is just too heavy, just too much for woodworking. It really is unnecessary. If you're doing a lot of other things besides woodworking, if your crafts include metalwork, or if you're digging into concrete a lot, this one may just sit in your shelf until you need to do something big. And that's okay. It's nice to have a drill like this, but
it's not an every-use drill.
It's not an every-use drill. So, not a bad idea to have multiple drills. But if I only could choose one, I'd probably choose the XR, and Dom would choose this one right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like videos like these,
you should check out this one.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.